in a country where there is order. Mr. Speaker, what kind of people are we dealing with here? What kind of human beings are we dealing with here? The very decent thing is to own up and say, Takangi wa, we have failed, because that is the truth. And there's no shame in admitting failure. When you start blaming God, in English it's called blasphemy. And this is where I started my debate from, that I found this presidential speech extremely blasphemous, sacrilegious, having no respect for sacred human being. Sacrilegious. Whoever did this for the president is diminishing his chances of entering the kingdom of heaven. Because blasphemy is one of the greatest sins. You cannot blame God for your own inefficiencies. Explain to me. The president talked about water. He talked about water sources. Mr. Speaker, I would like all the ministers who are here, all the MPs who are here, all the judiciary officers who are here, all eminent people who have benefited from forest number 27 to own up and give it back, because that's what the president said. In Kenya, some people were adventurous. They went and built on a water aquifer. President Uhuru Kenyatta showed leadership. Bulldozers went there, dropped them. Let me tell you now, everything that you're doing is an exercise in futility. On the first day of Mr. Hichilema being sworn in, we are coming to demolish those houses down there in 2021.
Honorable member,
that's what's going to happen.
Take a seat. Take a seat. Order. 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 I mentioned yesterday, for outsiders, let's not bring them in the debate. Continue.
When we come into power in 2021, we are coming with bulldozers to drop all the houses that you are building there at the aquifer. It is not enough. This place here, where there's East Park, was one of the water aquifers. It's destroyed. You can go and see there. You brought ShopRite in order to create jobs for South Africans. The South Africans are the same ones who are now doing xenophobic attacks on your own citizens. And you say you are a government. I expected the president, Mr. Speaker, to deal with the real issues, such as the theft of social cash transfer. I expected the president, Mr. Speaker, to come and speak to me about the inflated prices of ambulances, whether one likes it or not. Those ambulances were inflated. The fire tenders were extremely inflated. I can tell you that now here, where I speak, you can go and pick up a fire tender for just about 78,000 pounds. Now you go and buy a fire tender for $1 million. That is obscene money. It is obscene money. This is how corruption looks like. There's no other way that corruption looks like. It is just what I'm talking about. Mr. Speaker, the FIC report revealed that 5% of the national budget.
The time is 10:40.
Central was debating. May he continue?
Yeah, with pleasure. Madam Speaker, I was saying the Financial Intelligence Center report revealed that money is equivalent to 5% of this fiscal year's health budget, equivalent to all the money to pay the health workers, to buy medicines, to buy syringes, was stolen by politically exposed individuals.
Stolen? Stolen? Use a different word.
Well, they took it illegally. Just the way they took money from the Zambian people when Parliament adjourned in 2016. That was theft of the highest order. And I want to commend the Constitutional Court for not entertaining absurdity. Because by now, Madam Speaker, these colleagues, especially those who were there at that time, should pay that money back to the Treasury. We need it. 5% of health budget taken away by politically exposed individuals, most of whom are on your right-hand side. Pilfering, mercilessly pilfering taxpayers' money. Building houses that they are running away from today. We will find out who the owner of these houses are and many more. We see these houses where people who don't even have a track record of doing any business, mushrooming, politically exposed individuals. Titenga. Once we are going to take those houses back, painfully, because we don't need them. There are other sectors of the economy that require to be fixed. The president should know that. He said that it was force majeure. Force majeure on page, what page was that? Force majeure. You know what that means? An act of God. This is why I said that was a blasphemous speech. An act of God. 5% of health budget equivalent taken away, an act of God. You're not going to heaven. Hell-bound. Hell-bound. That's what is going on here. You cannot accuse God of things such as late payment of civil servants. They don't get paid on time. That's why corruption is endemic. An act of God. Madam Speaker, I asked the Minister of Water and Sanitation here about the cost of a borehole, which to me is 14,000 kwacha. Why in government is 45,000 kwacha? Pilferage by PF. Not going to heaven. Hell-bound. The earlier the Zambian people see the need to show PF the door, the better for themselves. I'm not mincing my words. PF deserve to go. The only way to resolve these things which they are hiding behind climate change is to change the government, Madam Speaker. Change the government. That's what we need to do. This speech, for those of you who are glorifying the abomination, the blasphemous act of defaming God, you're going to pay the price one day. Your Waterloo is soon coming. The Waterloo is soon coming because the infatuation which the Zambian people had on PF is now ended. That intense feeling of admiration of a PF, even now, Madam Speaker, if we say, okay, let's try something. Play the song Jununa Reverse here. Let's see, even among them who will dance, no one. Let's play the song and don't Kubeva. See how many will stand up to dance here. No one. It is called social shame. I'm sure inside they feel it. That they have damaged this country. No one normal can dance to Jununa Reverse right now. I challenge, I can sing. Let's see if anyone will dance. No one. It was a fiasco. It was scandalous to vote PF into government. To bring the country many, many years back is what Zambians did by putting PF into government under the presidency of President Edgar Chagwa Lungu. A complete diminishing of chances of a country with high potential. You can't use a bet of delimitation to come and do a law that is diabolical. You can't. You see, don't pretend. This is real. You shouldn't pretend it's real. Zambians are listening. They are watching. Yesterday I met a guy in town who says, MP,
Guy.
Kunumba,
guy.
At home, there's just a guy, a
Withdraw
man. At
guy.
home, there's just salt, chili, and soda. How can you eat those things? You are a guy.
Honorable